Hi guys, welcome to lesson number 2, the home front using our textbook. The textbook has it's important to read. This is the part of World War II we haven't covered in the book yet. Yesterday we picked out a couple of really key components of what was termed the war effort, everything from enlistment to propaganda to wartime production, the role of women in wartime production. And the textbook now gives just a very comprehensive overview. Again, the AP exam is going all the way up to 1945, so this is content that is still essential for us to cover. As you look at the Google Classroom posting, I posted a direct link to the PDF, the Google Doc of our book, 709 to 722, or of course you can read it in your textbook. And as you go through and read, I just wanted to help you conceptualize. It's going to take you through, first of all, wartime prosperity. As we talked about during the Great Depression, unemployment does not recover until the Second World War. And we see unemployment numbers during the Second World War that we'll never see again, thankfully, where by 1 year, I believe it's down to like 1.3, 1.4%. Full employment is generally considered about 4 or 5%. To get it down that low is absolutely amazing, and could only be done through what we saw yesterday with the full mobilization of society. So it's going to talk about that, and then it talks about the role of labor and organized labor with the war. It talks about the government and the command economy and how the government organized production. It talks a lot about some of the technological developments that made victory possible during the war. And then it talks about African Americans in the war, some things that we'll revisit when we do civil rights a little bit later on, as again, we're still going to move forward in addition to preparing for the AP exam. So that's some good background in that. It talks about Native Americans, code talkers. I brought up wind talkers in class. We talked about Ira Hayes, remember? And it talks about Mexican-American war workers, and there's a piece in there on the famous Zoot Suit riots and all of the anti-Mexican sentiment in Los Angeles at that time. Rosie the Riveter, which we already covered, and it talks a little bit about wartime culture. And then the last part talks about anti-Japanese prejudice, which is going to be the focus. Two lessons later, where we watch that propaganda video where the government tries to give the hard sell on Japanese internment. And that's one of the things that you'll write about. So you'll be introduced to that at least in here. Okay? See you guys tomorrow.